Right, form five. Only a few more videos left, and it's over to you. We know that climate and natural vegetation will focus on two environments, two ecosystems, tropical rainforest and dry deserts. We've looked at a bit of tropical rainforest. You should be aware of why they're located where they are. Um, because of the rain and humidity around the equator. As the air rises there and spreads, comes back down 30 degrees because of the high pressure, because of the dry air, we find dry deserts. And that's going to be the focus of this 7 point question review. Very important. If they come up, they're a gift because they're easy questions. For a named hot desert you have studied, explain why the amount of rainfall is low in this area. So really, they're not asking you necessarily about the structure of the dry desert. They're not asking you about the effects of dry desert on populations or deforestation. This is a climate question, okay? So let's see if they've got okay, they don't have an example essay on this one, but look, a name hot desert. Again, we don't just say the Sahara Desert. We say the Desert. Maybe you've got some information on how big it is, but certainly where it's located. Is it north or south of the equator? What countries can it be found in? Typified by what vegetation to show that it is desert. Okay. So, right. So these are some of the things you need to mention. Statements, remember, statements including limited deep explains demand. That's a low mark. We all want to be getting a high mark. So level three, 7 marks. Use named examples. Comprehensive and accurate statement. So really give information on your desert, where it's located, its traits, types of vegetation you get there, temperature ranges. Really identify that you know about your case study. Don't just say the Sahara Desert or you're going to lose points. Okay. Now, you need to give comprehensive and accurate statements which explain why the amount of rainfall in a hot desert is low. Okay. Why do they not get much rainfall? Clearly they don't because it's a desert. Well, it's a hot desert. We all we also can get other types of desert, cold deserts, okay? But it's the proximity, it could be the proximity to the tropics. Inland locations tend to be drier, although we can get deserts that move towards the coast, okay? Air pressure, which is related to Hadley cells, remember? The air descends at 30 degrees north and south of the equator. That descending air creates high pressure. That air is also dry, okay? That's the reason. That descending dry air, high pressure, no moisture is what creates those deserts. The Hadley cell. The Hadley cell starts rising, kind of condensating and stuff at the equator, which creates a huge amount of convection rain on a daily basis that drives the formation of rainforests, very wet, very biodiverse. But as it proceeds on its way, comes in, you know, along the top of the troposphere, moves left and right because of Coriolis force around to about 30 degrees, where it gets heavy and it starts to descend. Puts high pressure down, very little moisture. That's why we find the deserts in those areas. Therefore, lack of water, species are adapted to that. The cactuses, nighttime creatures, whatever, okay? You also get deserts where there's a rain shadow effect. This is to do with orographic rain, relief rain. For example, you could get an image of the coast of California. As the winds come off of the Pacific Ocean, they rise on the mountain ranges of California and you get lots of rain. Okay. That drives the Napa Valley, for example, wine growing regions. But once you get over that and you're moving more into rural California towards Nevada, that area, all the moisture's been spent. It's been rained on as it rose up in altitude, cooled, rained. Now it's dry. So the rain shadow itself, caused by relief rain or the lack of relief rain on the other side of the mountain range, is also a major factor in creating deserts, not just the Hadley cells. Death Valley itself, the driest, hottest place on Earth, is created mainly due to a rain shadow effect. Okay, so there is no guiding example question here. I would have liked to have been able to show you as part of this video um, an example answer or even a diagram just to represent what we're saying. I'll have a quick look, see if I can find one. But I'm trying to keep these videos short. I think we'll find one here. Okay, so that's what I was talking about with the so there's your hot desert. So at 30 degrees in the middle there across the equator, you've got air condensing, raining, then it's going up and it's spreading down. Okay, let's see if we can find a model just to really represent that. Okay, can't see one yet. There we go. That's what's happening. I'll move myself. You've got this the heat, the convection is causing moisture to rise out of these rainforests, creating daily heavy rainfall there. But then as it moves around, it starts to sink. The air pressure gets high because it's sinking, it's devoid of moisture, and where it comes down around 30 degrees north and south of the equator, it creates deserts. Okay. The air is descending. Okay. Condensation does not occur, no cloud formation because there's no moisture. Okay. Um, where the air rises at the tropics, the warmth causes it to rise, it creates that low pressure convection rain. Okay, then it carries on, spreads out. By that time, it's dry. It's cooler. It cools down actually. It cools down because it's hot, but it's rising at the equator. It spreads north and south of the equator to about 30 degrees, where it cools, it dries, it sinks and forms high pressure. That creates the deserts. It's a factor that causes climate. Okay. We know that proximity to ocean, altitude, latitude, all can, and continentality, are all factors that affect climate. Okay. So I'll leave that one now. It's just, again, this is not teaching. This is last minute revision for those of you that are panicking. I'm just giving you the best opportunity you can. If anyone sees this YouTube channel, they think, my God, there's much better ones out there than this. But this is me showing you that we're still pushing. Okay, take care. Bye.